We moved to Toye Aichi Prefecture in Japan in November 2003, and we live in a Kominka. We've tried learning permaculture principles, and we're also restoring our land. We've been to events and seen community, historical, traditional events as well, which have been incredibly fascinating, and immersing ourselves in the countryside of Toye. We've seen beautiful, misty mornings across bamboo and looking out across the valleys that we never thought we'd see before. We've also seen master chainsaw artists in action here building a miniature house, which I think is very beautiful. Net positive. This is our project. Follow us, subscribe as we unfold on our journey. This is a typical morning, beautiful morning, sun coming up. And as we pan around here, we can see forest behind the house, bamboo, and looking out across the valleys. We started out by cleaning, removing a lot of rubbish and old material, and that's something we're still doing. There's another workshop that we're working on. This is the Kura Retreat Dicotin. This is our guest house, which is a old traditional 150-year-old treasure house that's now been renovated internally and externally. And out looking out, you can see some of the beautiful little pine tree, Japanese pine tree there, and the rockery. We've started planting the herbs, lavender, our cat Link running across the courtyard. And that forest goes back about 500 meters to a peak. So we've got a lot of wood, a lot of trees. There's the workshop area that's being cleaned. Again, another pine tree in front of that. We've actually planted 2 olive trees. This is our little, we call it the garden area. It's basically our growing area, and we're remulching and getting that a lot better soil. This is looking out. This isn't our land, but this is just showing you the nearest mountain. That's Mount Myojin. It's not a snow peak mountain. This is looking east. That was west. So we're looking east, probably about 100 miles east is Mount Myojin. And you can see actually where they've trimmed some of that forest down in that triangle shape. And you can see that growing back. There's kind of bamboos growing down the valley there. And yeah, again, a very beautiful day. But this is the building in question. This is the workshop. We call it the workshop. It's 2 kind of buildings. It's like a step. You can see it's all wood joined, no nails, old school style. Some of it's very precarious now because there's a lot of termite damage. Some of the this is our wood store that I've been collecting kind of wood. You can see out some of the bamboos there, real big bamboos. Some of those about the size of your ankle. When they get real big, they're 7 inches, 8 inches wide. And again, we can see a corner uh, post stacked on a rock. So that will need to be changed. And those supporting woods, there's going to be a pretty big job really. I think that would need to be jacked up. But this has been the storage space of the things that we've liked. So things that are useful. That's the inside. You can see some of the wood storage there. This was full of rubbish that's been cleared out. Probably about 8 Suzuki truckloads that have been taken out. So that got all done. And here is the little workshop. It's actually like a museum almost. When I opened the door originally, when we looked in there, it's almost as if the very universe itself has given us all the tools that we need, bar a few, to be able to get things cracking. A lot of these tools I don't know what to use. I've got no background in carpentry or metalwork or anything like that. So, but I've cleaned it up in here and kind of left everything as kind of a sense of absence of presence or presence of absence, almost as if someone put down a pen and it's still there. You know, pretty much everything is there. It was only some of the chainsaws that were very old and didn't have safety guards on them. They were 1960s chainsaws, so I got rid of them. But we will do an episode where we go through all the bits and bobs in here and have a look at them and be very interested in people's comments. If you spot something here that you think's interesting, put a comment. I'm always interested. There's an olive plant there, two olive plants, planted those. I've got a rotavator there that's broken at the moment. We need to fix that. There's some fencing material I'm going to use. That's another wood store that will be taken. You can see I put metal posts around the bottom garden. I found that they're termite proof, shouldn't have no problems. Here's the kind of gardening, agricultural bit. So I've really cleaned this out. This was full of rubbish. I actually found a Suzuki generator in here. I was really pleased with that. We'll look at that together on a different show. Um, yeah, so my main task. Oh, and here lots of things that we found. We found cutlery, weighing scales, an old a chest of drawers that we liked that was wooden, so we cleaned that up. So that's all kind of being stored in there temporary. Even these old tools. There's an easel there, some piping, and chonkies and different tools. Some of those work, some of those pretty uh, not good. But yeah, I've been slowly collecting all this wood. I thought, there's no point throwing it away. We don't have a wood burner yet. That's something we do want. And yeah.
Yeah, this is something. This was this was bamboo that was wrapped around a huge miso pot that we found in the loft. You see how big that is? It's going to go firewood. In it goes.
And yeah, that miso pot was huge. It was in the loft. There's actually a whole loft that in the Kominka that's the size of a barn. So we will do a show on that. Thanks to Tom for helping me pick that up and throw it out. I actually built a table out the bottom of the miso pot. Miso, I don't know if any of you like miso. Miso soup, recommend it. But yeah, there's just lots of burnable stuff that I thought, got to keep it, got to use it, and clear this space out. I'd love to turn this space into something useful. If you've got any ideas, throw it out in the chat. Always interested in that. Again, no actual experience in carpentry here, got no understanding, so I'm very happy to look at and listen to other people's opinions on possibilities. But there's just so much potential, you know, so much space. I'm not really used to this much space, so my first incentive is, or instinct, should I say, is to clean it up, and to get it clean and get things, all the wood stacked in the right place. I actually used some scaffolding to make a kind of wood store area, so you'll see me pop it all in there. And yeah, I didn't want to throw away all the wood. We've got so much wood. The forest has been trimmed by the forestry people as well, so we've actually got more wood, and we're going to have to figure out that. That's going to be another task. But I don't presently use a chainsaw. Um, so yeah, that's a job that's going to be coming in the future. And yeah, so we're very happy. I mean, that garage at the end there, that was full of rubbish, full to the brim. We put every piece of rubbish in there. We got some great guys come and took that for us, so they took that away. And Kura on the left there, beautiful building. Very recommend that. And yeah, this is my new wood setup story. So I thought, the weight of it will really handle a lot of wood stacked up. And I've kind of mended the roof there actually earlier, so there's not there's not just a big gap that rain can come through. But you can actually see the tea fields behind me there. And I actually put a barrier up for the fruit trees, the orchard area. We do a show on that and actually run through the orchard because we want to get that kind of terraformed.
Another coffee. I've got a big glass of water, if that's all right. Thank you.
try.
The other side is
Let's have a look. So we've found a Christmas tree
yes.
and we want it in a pot for Christmas. Let's have a look. See if we can get that up.
For this or what?
Maybe. Let's have a look. Here, take turns. Take turns. Yeah.
This broke. Market is
Say, stand next to it and give a thumb up. Yay.